Do not, I repeat, do not let your family, your friends, anybody dictate the decisions in your adult life. You do not owe your parents shit. In order to do good things for yourself, you have to cut the fucking umbilical cord from your parents. Stop relying on them to pay your bills. Stop relying on them to give you validation. Stop relying on them to tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your life. Because I guarantee you, you're on the fast track to nowhere fast. Parents may know best in terms of advice, but for the most part, a lot of your parents probably don't know what's best for you and only are looking out for themselves. A lot of your parents literally are just caring about what you can do for them and not what you can do for yourself and thinking about your future. And when your parents die, if you didn't do whatever it is that you wanted to do, you're gonna sit here and regret that shit more than anything you will ever know. My channel and welcome to the Real Talk. And this video is brought to you by my sponsor Sutera, but more on that later. Today we are going to be talking about your parents ruining your adult life. We are not talking about kids, okay? We are talking about people who are of adult age in their respective regions who are letting their parents make decisions for them that are in turn ruining their lives. We are not talking about you children who are not of age, who genuinely don't want to listen to your parents and call them toxic, detrimental, or horrible for telling you to clean your room, telling you to do your homework, or telling you can't go out with your ain't shit friends when you know damn well they ain't shit. You're not gonna be friends with them in the next 5 years anyway, telling you that you need to go wash your ass because you've been sitting in front of the TV playing video games for the past week and a half and you haven't moved out of that spot, telling you that you need to go wash some dishes or fold some laundry because you need to maintain some sense of responsibility. We are not talking about that. We are talking about legit problems, legitimate adults who literally can't seem to get out of their parents' grasp, okay? Parents who literally want to live through their children or want to keep their children down and don't want to see their children surpass them. Parents who want to sit there and essentially make their kids a second or third parent because clearly they weren't adequate enough to supply their kids with the tools to have at least 2 stable adults in their lives, or at least supply them with a village around them to make them a well-rounded adult. Or my favorite, those parents who just want you to overachieve and don't even understand what overachieving means and never even went through the steps of course, you know, going through college like they force us all to go to, or getting a job that they all want us to go to, but they want us to do it because they think it's best for us. Listen, we're gonna go through all of that a little bit later, okay? I am so happy that I never in my life had to experience this, okay? My parents never did this to me. I had to go through a lot in terms of my parents not being financially responsible. However, I can say my parents never forced me to do anything in terms of my career, never forced me to do anything in terms of relationships, never told me not to hang out with people, etc. Of course, there were some occasions where they hinted, or there were certain people, they were like, why you hanging out with that ugly ass girl? Like, what you doing? Listen, my parents, they ruthless. But they've never tried to dictate my life in any way, shape, or form. We're going to get into that later. But I will say that my parents have put me in such a unique position that I've had so many people in my life that I've been ridiculously close to that I have endured secondhand trauma from. Listen, I'm talking about being shot at. I'm talking about literally suffering from toxic parents and toxic family members that's not even my parents. Like, even though my parents didn't do it, I had, and I know you guys watching this have as well. Those toxic aunts, uncles, and everything else in your family that think they could tell you what the fuck to do, when it's like, excuse me, you need to go worry about your crack-headed son and your thought-ass daughter. Don't be telling me nothing, okay? You want to be talking about what I should be doing? You need to go worry about your kid that's fucking and sucking everybody in the back alley, or worry about your son that's pushing drugs to everyone in the neighborhood. Don't be telling me what to do, because today I got time. Or I had a whole lot of friends whose parents just always were just toxic. Every time I'm going over there, I'm just seeing and exhibiting how toxic they were. And I'm here to tell you right now, if you do not watch anything else in this video, or you don't listen to anything else I say, if you don't press subscribe, which you should, which I'm doing, follow me on IG, Twitter, Facebook, all that extra shit. You listen to this right here. Do not, I repeat, do not let your family, your friends, anybody dictate the decisions in your adult life. And I'm talking about legit shit. If you want to go live on campus, do that shit. If you want to move out of your parents' apartment, do that shit. If you want to go down a career path, do that shit. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. Stop letting your parents and everyone else in your family or life tell you not to do something if that's truly what you want to do. There are too many people out there that have not done what they wanted to do, specifically because their parents said, you can't do this, you won't make money, this is not what you should be doing, I don't want you to do it, it's not okay, God don't like it, I don't like it, I'm not paying for it, if you do this you need to get the hell out of my house, the church don't like it, and everything else under the sun. When in actuality, that doesn't matter. You know how there's parents out there, and I know a lot of you guys can attest to this down in the comment section down below, who will sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm grown now, I can date. I'm grown now, I should be able to do whatever I want. You're old. I should be able to date who I want, go where I want, and live freely because eventually you're gonna leave me. It's the same thing. I hate to break it to you, and I'm sorry if you probably didn't think about this, but your parents are gonna die. All of our parents are gonna die. It's gonna be a very sad occasion for a lot of us. For some of us, to be honest, we probably won't shed a damn tear because that's how bad some of our parents have been. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We gotta be real, because if I'm not gonna say that shit, ain't nobody gonna say that shit. So here the fuck I am. You do not owe your parents shit. All you owe your parents is love, respect, and courtesy. Love because they brought you here, respect because you should respect all human beings, and courtesy because you should literally at least just let them know what you're doing. Just owe them the courtesy of letting them know your certain impactful moves so they don't have to find out in the street. But other than that, a lot of these parents move as if they own you and they can do whatever the hell it is that they want because you're gonna leave them. Therefore, think of it this way. They're going to die. And when they die, you're gonna be stuck there sitting there like, oh shit, I didn't go to school for what I wanted to do. I went to school and I didn't want to be there. I didn't go chase my dreams of doing this, that, and the third. I went and broke up with this person because my mom and dad said so. And you're gonna be shit out of luck because it's gonna be too late. You're gonna be old, hairy, ugly, and more dumb than ever because you're not gonna be able to go back, because at that point your dreams are really crushed because now you're sitting here and like, oh my god, like I really ain't do shit. Take it from someone who knows and has seen countless people go through this. Do not let your parents dictate your adult life. If you want to do something, do that shit. It's better to do it now than to not do it. It's better to do something and ask for forgiveness than to do something and ask for permission. Stop being afraid. Stop being such a little baby because you're not a baby. If you're of legal age to sign your own damn documents, if you're of legal age to get a job, start saving, start stacking, and get the fuck out. I know it's hard. It's so difficult to get out of your parents' house. I've heard this so many times, and honestly, I'm so tired of it. Because at the end of the day, the more you keep saying it's hard, it's not gonna put more money in your bank account. You're gonna remain a broke, miserable bitch in your parents' house who's sitting there listening to them and not doing anything. If it's possible, do it. If it's hard, do it. Just because it's hard does not make it impossible. The difference between people who are successful and those who are not is excuses and proactiveness. The more you sit there and don't do something, the more it doesn't get done. Sitting here complaining, sitting here bitching, sitting here tweeting about it and all of that is not going to change your circumstances. Thousands of dollars are not about to pop up in your bank account so you can move out. So go out there, get a job, figure it out. Because the chances are, the more you sit in your house wishing and thinking and wanting to do something and don't do it, you're not going to do it. Too many people out there are so hung up on their parents or their family or anyone else that's dictating their life, calling them rude, saying they're disrespectful, or my favorite one, selfish. I love when people call me selfish. I just be like, okay, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I may be selfish, but I sleep better than you. I may be selfish, but my life is so much better than yours because I do what I want to do. I make decisions for me. When I want to do something, I do that shit because I know this is my life that I live. And at the end of the day, you did not come in here with me. You ain't leaving with me. I sleep real well at night. And with that being said, of course, that brings us to our sponsor, Sutera. Sutera is a lavender memory foam pillow. Y'all, the best pillow ever. I've been using it for a month now. I had to make sure because not all memory foam pillows are made the same, okay? I do not like the smell of lavender. I hate it. I really do. However, I have no idea if what type of lavender I've been smelling is fake lavender because the smell on this pillow I love. It's relaxing. It's so nice. Like, it does not smell like regular lavender. Like, I can't stand it. Anytime someone gets me something lavender, whether it's a candle or anything like that, I just let it sit. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And I know you guys are like, you know, y'all care about my anxiety and my bipolar disorder, and y'all know lavender helps with all of that stuff. Y'all send me so much lavender shit, and I hate it because I want to keep it, and I do. Trust me, I don't throw it out. But it's like, I don't like the smell of lavender. But this pillow, I don't know what type of lavender they use, but it smells incredible. And every night when I lay down, it's just amazing. It smells so great. It relaxes me. It calms me down. And most importantly, just the memory foam of the pillow is just incredible. It's good for all sleepers, whether you sleep on your back, your side, or like me, on your stomach. Yes, I'm a stomach sleeper. It is great. And most importantly, the smell of the lavender actually lasts for 6 months, and after that you can purchase their spray or use whatever other scent that you want to spray on the pillow. Pillow does have little holes in it and stuff like that, so it's really cool because if you're one of those people, again, like me, who gets really hot in their sleep. I get hot all the time. Like, I literally have the AC on right now and it's raining and it's cold outside. Like, I get hot. I'm the type of person, I like to be cold. I like to be cool, okay? I'm like a polar bear, like a wolf. Like, I like the smell. If I was an animal, I'm sure I'd be a wolf. Like, hee-yah. Like, wait, that's a horse. Like, mush. Listen, you get the point. I like to be cool. So these pillows are incredible because they allow everything to circulate. They allow air to circulate through the pillow and allow you to have a more comfortable, more air regulated type of sleep where you're not sweating and feel all sticky while you're sleeping. Even better, of course, since it is memory foam, it contours to you or whoever lays on it. You don't have to worry about it flattening out or just being all nasty and disgusting and then you have to throw it out or anything like that. And cleaning it is incredible. All you have to do is take off the pillowcase, throw that in the washer, and you can spot clean the memory foam pillow itself. Of course, you can get this to your door with free shipping. If you have any issues, there is a dedicated customer service team, but I promise you're gonna love it because there's over 200,000 satisfied customers. But just in case you don't, there is a 30-day money back guaranteed. And trust me, I've tried it for at least 30 days and that is more than enough time to determine if you like it or not. I absolutely love this pillow. If you want your lavender zen pillow, make sure you head down to the description and or the pinned comment down below to get yours today. And of course, when you use my special link and or discount codes, you gonna be out here because we got the deals for y'all. So, of course, let's get back to these shitty ass parents and how you need to not let them fuck your life up. Okay, so mini story time. I have this story on my channel, however, we're gonna give a short little story time right now because I have to give you guys a scope, right? So way back when my channel was first blowing up, this is right after I graduated college, so I would say about 2018, my cousin had come to live with me and my family. He's grown as fuck and he's still there. I don't know why, but nonetheless, that's not part of the story. He went from Haiti to Brazil, and from Brazil came to live with us in America. And to be honest, he eats a lot to the point where literally I would come home and not get any food. To the point where I would literally be out, because at the time I had a regular 9 to 5. I would leave out to catch the train to New York to go to work, have to buy food because I would wake up too early and there'd be no food for breakfast. At lunch, of course, I'm out in New York, might as well buy some food because I'm out. And then I would come home thinking, oh, I'm gonna have food at home. Absolutely not, because he would eat it all. I literally literally was sitting there buying breakfast, lunch, and dinner because he would eat all of the food. I'm not joking. I'm not over exaggerating. My dad eats a lot too. So it was getting to a point where it was like, this is ridiculously unbearable. On top of that, my parents had this ridiculously irresponsible habit my entire life, okay, my entire life of not paying bills. I'm talking about gas bill, electricity bill, and for those of you who are adults who are watching this, you know, yes, the gas bill is the cheapest bill ever. The shit should never release it past $100. It's literally the cheapest bill you can have, especially in an apartment. My dad would sit there and use the money to gamble. My mom just would sit there and give him all the money and turn a blind eye to everything that would be going on. So there would be times where niggas would not live with electricity or gas. At one point, the gas was cut off for years. At this point, I think it was like 2 years since the gas had been cut off. That bill was run up to about $2,000, $3,000 already. It got to a point where I was at my height of my YouTube career. This is when my channel started popping off, and I received my biggest check, April 2018. And this is the time where my dad had came to me talk about he lost the rent money. Like I said, my dad has a gambling problem, history of not paying bills. Do you guys really think that I believe he lost the rent money? Let's be real. He's not elderly, y'all. He's really not. I don't know what he expected, but I just looked at him like, I don't have the money for this, but I didn't even get paid yet at that time. I just know how much I was gonna get paid. YouTubers, y'all know what I'm talking about, like you could see. So basically, after that, I had a trip, came back from the trip. He's like, oh, I thought you were gonna give me the money. I'm like, you expect me to, I'm not about to pay the rent last minute. And this is the thing, right? I don't have a problem paying bills. I have a problem paying debt. At this point, he is 2 payments behind rent. The gas bill is already $2,000 run up. And then the electricity bill is already like to $2,000, $3,000 as well. So you want me to give you basically $6K. You got me fucked up. Because at this point, if I give it to you, you're gonna think every single time you run into an issue, every single time you run into a problem, you can come to me and I'm going to fix it. And that's the problem with humans. When you keep doing something, when you keep enabling people, they're going to fucking continue to do it. And that's the shit my parents would do. Every single time they wanted something, they needed something, they would ask me last minute. I don't have a problem doing something, but don't ask me like when it's cut off. Don't ask me like the day before it's due. Ask me, hey, can you take responsibility of paying this? Hey, can you pay this? It's due next week. Not, hey, as you can see, the electricity's cut off. Can you like give us $1,000 to pay it? That shit don't make no goddamn sense. As you guys can imagine, I was very annoyed, very stressed. It got to the point where I was extremely suicidal. I was very annoyed. And at this time, I was about to start my master's program and it was online. So I had to make a decision and I moved out. You guys may be sitting there like, oh my God, that's so selfish. Like I said, bitch, I sleep real well at night, especially on my Sutera pillow. I don't give a fuck because ever since then, they've been doing extremely well. I have taken control of their finances. They have never missed a payment since. I literally regulated their finances. They were able to pay that PSE and G bill super quickly. I did end up paying the damn gas bill, but whatever. But other than that, they've never missed any other payments. I've been taking care of everything on their behalf. And honestly, could I have done that in the house? Yes and no. I've done it before. I've done it in the past. And my mom has sat there, gave him the information, or he has sat there and like stolen money, snuck money. Listen, this is a real issue and it's a real thing. And honestly, I just can't live in that house for their financial health and my mental health. Like I was ridiculously suicidal. My bipolar disorder was out of whack. Like this was like the worst time in my entire life. So to be quite honest with you, I could have stayed there and I would not be here where I am today. I would not be talking to most of you guys. This channel would not be as good as it is today. This office would not be a thing in my house. This camera would not exist. I'm telling you right now, in order to do good things for yourself, you have to cut the fucking umbilical cord from your parents. Stop relying on them to pay your bills. Stop relying on them to give you validation. Stop relying on them to tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your life. Because I guarantee you, you're on the fast track to nowhere fast. Parents may know best in terms of advice, but for the most part, a lot of your parents probably don't know what's best for you and only are looking out for themselves. A lot of your parents literally are just caring about what you can do for them and not what you can do for yourself and thinking about your future. Like I said, your parents died. And when your parents die, if you didn't do whatever it is that you wanted to do, you're gonna sit here and regret that shit more than anything you will ever know. You have have those parents that honestly don't want you to surpass them. They're bums and they do not want to see their kids do better than them. These are the parents that want their kids to essentially suffer. They are usually the most abusive parents, talk down to their kids, they belittle their kids, they deprive their kids of all basic necessities. These are the type of parents that will punish you the most severely, that will literally tell you you can't do the most basic shit, can't go the most basic of places. These are the parents that literally are probably the worst of the worst. These are the parents that you can actually consider abusive in many different ways. Do not, I repeat, do not listen to these parents, because sometimes they kind of like look and seem and sound like they want the best for you, but for the most part, they be lying, and you know it, because sometimes one day they're like, oh my god, I love you, can you please pay my phone bill? The next day is, oh, you dirty bitch, why are you wearing that? Like, you look like a whore. Ugh, you ain't gonna get no man looking like that. Those types of parents. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. I know a lot of y'all parents like to blur the lines between responsibility, abuse, and a lack of parenting. No. 3 different things. You sitting there expecting your kid to be a third or second parent is fucking child abuse, and it's not okay. You fucked up. You fuck up by your damn self. Do not fuck up your kid's future because you ain't shit. You telling your kids to do the laundry or pay like the smallest bill of all is not what we're talking about. We're talking about people out here taking their whole kids' paychecks because they don't know how to fucking go out and do something better for themselves to get a better job to take care of their goddamn kid. You are a parent. You brought us here. Now niggas gotta pay bills and shit. I wanna pay my own bills, not yours. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. At least be responsible with it. If you gonna ask your kid to pay a bill or whatever, at least be responsible and at least be reasonable. You can't be sitting there taking your kid's entire check and think that's okay. Minimum wage is fucking trash. And especially with taxes, it's even worse. So I don't understand what bill the kid could be paying besides maybe the cable, internet, gas, or a phone bill. That's it. Because everything else is ridiculous. You sitting here making your kids pay rent. What rent is niggas paying with minimum wage? Like, no. No. Like, that shit don't make sense. Not on your goddamn behalf. You be expecting these kids to do grocery shopping for a family of 6. What the fuck are you... Nobody told your ass to go have 6 kids. Listen, y'all play too much, bro. Y'all really do be playing too much. This is not okay. You're teaching your kids that it is okay to struggle. You're teaching your kids the life of struggle. You're normalizing the idea of pimping your kids for your own gain and letting them know that when they have kids, they can do the same to them. And this is the main problem in this generation. A lot of these kids are overworked, they're stressed, and they're tired. And you want to treat them like they grown, but then when they start acting grown, you're confused. They gonna end up just like your dumbass, having kids too young, having too many kids they know they damn well can't take care of, and literally abusing their kids because they're inadequate. Yes, you're inadequate, and your kids are gonna be inadequate because you treat them like garbage. I said what the fuck I said. Y'all want to be mad. Talk about some, oh, these kids grown. Well, I mean, honestly, if you're putting adult responsibilities on your kid and now they're turning to smoking, fucking, drinking, drugs, and everything else, at this point, it's your damn fault. Because you're treating them like an adult. They're gonna do adult things. They're gonna do things that adults do to de-stress. It's not that hard to understand. You guys put way too much stress on these damn kids. And then you wonder why they hate you. You wonder why you end up in a retirement home when you're 80. You wonder why they don't visit, why they don't call. And y'all be the main ones talking about, oh, I ain't do nothing to my kids. I don't know why they hate me. What's even funnier is there's so many people out there that think that kids are stupid. Kid you not, I remember so many things that happened when I was like 3. So for those out there that's watching this that did some fucked up shit to me or did some shit in front of me when I was a kid, I remember that shit and I'm on to you, motherfucker. That's why I don't ever believe anyone that sits there and says, oh my God, they came from such a great home. These kids were perfect, blah, 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 and they still came out bad. You do not know what anyone goes through. You don't. You may see from the outside, oh, they probably had money, blah, blah, blah. Great parents, you don't know that. You don't know what type of babysitter they dropped that kid off at. You don't know what type of fucking abuse they could have went through between their parents or from a family member, whatever the case may be. Stop saying that shit because you don't fucking know. The littlest thing can fuck your kid up.
One of the most detrimental things I've seen parents these days do is force their kids to go to college. If you are watching this right now and you are going through a situation where your parents are forcing you to go to college, take it from someone who has went to college twice. I have a bachelor's and a master's. Do not go to college if you do not want to. College is very difficult. College is very expensive, and it is not for people who do not have the passion or intention to genuinely learn, genuinely earn a higher education, and genuinely want to better themselves through education. If your parents are trying to make you go, if someone else is trying to make you go, or you just want to go to save face or to fit in or to be with your friends, don't waste your fucking time or money. Do what you want to do. Parents, this goes for you too. Stop forcing your kids to go to school knowing damn well they don't want to be there. School is not for everyone, and just because your kid is in school does not make you look good, especially coming from a Haitian household. I don't know what it is about going to college, but it's like as soon as people hear that your kid's in college, it's like a brownie point. Just because your kid's in college doesn't mean they're a good kid. Just because your kid is not in college doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad kid. Stop trying to level up and one up all your peers and everyone else by throwing your kid in college and forcing them to be in college to make you look good. If they don't want to go, do not force them. And I see too many people sitting there like, oh, well, if you don't go to college, then get out my house, or you need to find something to do. Yes. I'm also not about people sitting here not going to college, not doing anything. Like, I feel like you have to do something. You have to work. You have to have a business. You have to do something. You can't just be sitting at home doing nothing, not working on anything, and not going to school. Like, that's absolutely unacceptable. But there are other options in life besides college. There are trade schools. There's entrepreneurship. There are definitely ways to climb a corporate ladder, training programs. There's so many things you can do other than going to college. I've seen too many people with me in school who genuinely didn't want to be there, and 99.9% of them failed, and the other small percentage of them sit there every day regretting what the fuck it is that they went to school. And if it's not that, they're sitting there regretting what they majored in. If you are going to go to school, at the very least, major in what you want to major in. Do not let anyone tell you what you should and should not be doing. If you want to go to school for what you want to, because that is such a very expensive mistake to make on the behalf of other people. It is very expensive to sit there and make a decision based on your parents and based on other people in your life simply to please them or not get them upset. If you're going to go to school, if you're going to do anything in life, make sure it's something that you want to do.
Do not let your parents dictate your adult life. If you want to go live on campus, live on campus. You want to move out of your house, move out of your house. You want to get that car, get that car. You want to do whatever it is that you want to do within reasonable means, do it, okay? I'm not telling you guys to go prostitute and go fuck a toxic nigga and do all of this. We're not talking about that. We're talking about legit life decisions that can literally change your life. If you know that going away for college is going to change your life and that's the college you want to go to, you have a full scholarship and you could live on campus and all of that good shit, and they not letting you go because they want to be stupid, saying that you're going to be a hoe and they don't want you to be so far and they want you to watch your brother and sister, go. If you want to work at Foot Locker and climb the corporate ladder and be the regional manager, do that shit. If you want to sit there and start your own eyelash business and you are so good at applying eyelashes, do that shit. Because at the end of the day, no one is going to do it but you. Stop letting outside influences dictate who you are and who you want to be, because it's not going to do you any damn justice. And with that being said, make sure you guys check out Sutera. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, anything that I got linked down below. Of course, make sure you join the Mafia Discord. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and do all that. And that was The Real Talk. Thank you.